welcome tonight. I would love to introduce your next congressman for the 27th, Mr. Nate McMurray. Come on, Nate! Come on, Nate! Woo! I'm hugging you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out to all the press that came today. I am so proud of the people of Western New York. And I am so proud of our campaign team and all the volunteers. There's some things money can't buy, and I think we proved that tonight. We are feeling very, very confident. Listen, this was a battle of a massive underdog against some of the most powerful people in our country. And we fought for what's right. We didn't fight for any politician or any party. We fought for the people of this region. Now, the next step is we're going to make sure that every single vote is counted. And that's going to be a challenge. We're not going to let them try to steal this election. But going into this count, and there are thousands and thousands of votes that were mailed in, we're going to make sure every single one was counted. Now, why? Because those are the votes of the people of NY27, the nurses, the police officers, the first responders, the teachers, people who could not vote in person for various different reasons. That's why those mail-in ballots are so important. And I'm so proud of everyone who fought so hard and believed in me, did not believe the lies, did not believe the chaos on the other side, but trusted their own instincts and their own will and went to the polls and fought for us. Now, this has been a huge buildup. There's been a lot of work that's gone into this. And I want to thank everybody that's listening at home and standing up right now and cheering in your own homes, in your own living rooms. I'm proud of you guys. The folks in Albion, the folks in Warsaw, the folks out there in Niagara County, people here in Erie County, our friends in Canandaigua and Victor. I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you. I'm proud to be from Western New York tonight. So let's finish this off. It's going to be a few weeks of counting, but I'll tell you right now, we feel as confident as you can be. And with that, I'll take whatever questions you may have.
When you look at the breakdown of the absentee ballots, the Erie County Board of Elections, at least for Erie County, put them out, and it looks like the Democrats and the Working Family Party have more that have returned back to the Board of Elections. Have you looked at those numbers, and is that giving you that confidence? What's giving you the confidence tonight?
Well, first of all, this campaign's real. We didn't buy commercials. We didn't rely on outside sources to come and say, hey, he's a good guy. We did this the old-fashioned way. I mean, I've been to these towns, not just dozens, at this point, hundreds of times. People know who I am, and they know even if they don't agree with everything I say, they know I'm a real person who's not going to lie to them. So I think that's why I feel confident. People know who I am, and they know the others. There's no enthusiasm for Mr. Jacobs. They know who he is now, too. He's someone who will say anything to get elected. And I hate to be so blunt, but we all know it's true. And he's changed so much that people have lost faith in him. Well, people have started to gain more and more faith in this team. And it's not just me, it's all the volunteers that are out there that are on our side who we represent. So I feel strong about the absentee ballots. We know the numbers are in our favor. And I also feel strong about the numbers from today because there wasn't the surge they needed to overcome those absentee ballots. So I'm confident and I'm proud. I'm so proud of the people of Western New York. I'm not going to lie. 2 years ago, I was sad. I was discouraged. I couldn't believe we elected a criminal. But I'm more proud today than I was discouraged then, because today we proved in Western New York that money cannot buy an election. Well, first of all, we got to make sure we come out on top on this election. And that's why we're going to fight for every single vote. When you have billions of dollars, like the Jacobs do, they can buy just about anything. And trust me, they're going to be lawyered up to try to rob votes from us. But we are too, and we're preparing for that. And everyone out there should know that we are going to fight for every single vote. And we are going to use every skill and talent we have to make sure that we hold on to this victory. Beyond that, November, we're excited about November. And we've been through a lot, and this team has been through a lot. And our volunteers that are listening right now have been through a lot. 5 more months is nothing. We're going to be ready for November, and we're going to be ready to bring real change to Western New York. I want to tell everybody out there, if you're feeling scared and worried about what's happening in our country, worried about what's happening in your house, with health insurance, with Social Security, with Medicare, I get it. My family's worried too. And I can't fix all the problems, but I'm telling you right now, help is on the way, and I'm going to Washington to fight for you.
Does your campaign have any concerns? I saw some tweets earlier today from your account about people being confused at the ballot. Either poll workers were confused about that, or people were confused about which things they were voting for when they went.
We do have concerns, and this has been a confusing election. I mean, to run an election in the middle of COVID was not easy. I mean, this office was closed for a long time. All of our offices were closed. And, you know, if you've been following my campaign, I like to go meet people. I just don't do nasty commercials. We try to do the right thing. And it's been hard not to be able to run a campaign the way we wanted to. And I'm sure it's also hard for the Board of Elections. And there were some struggles today. But thankfully, we stayed on top of it. We've documented it. And where we could, we tried to resolve problems for voters. So we do have some concerns, but we also feel very strongly about the margin being in our favor.
How bizarre have these last 2 campaigns been for you, from 2018 and what you faced with Chris Collins, and then you come into this one with COVID, a special election, a primary at the same time for Jacobs. What has that been like for you?
I probably have had the strangest political career in history. I mean, it's been strange for me. I'll tell you, my family and this team. But we've learned that, you know, it's like a good running back in football. You got to keep your legs moving no matter what they hit you with. And we kept our legs moving the whole time. No matter what they hit us with, we keep moving, and we keep moving forward. But it's been difficult. I'll tell you what, it's been difficult with my family. Especially, we ran a really grassroots campaign. We've never taken corporate money. We've never sold out. We've always done things the right way. And when they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars about you on television, just lying about you, I mean, when the President of the United States is lying about you, it's tough. It's tough, but we learned that this is a game where this is a thing where you got to stay involved. Keep those legs moving. Never give up. And I think our tenacity, our courage, and our fearlessness has paid off.
Have you actually heard from disgruntled Republicans as you've done all these calls and visits? And
Lots.
what are they saying? What are they just, what are they in turn telling you?
They can't believe that Chris Jacobs was chosen to represent them. They see what it is for what it is. I mean, President Trump himself last night said what? He said he is there for the Jacobs family and the Boston Bruins. That's what he said. That's the president's words, not my words. And people see this for what it is. They saw that they picked this man in a back room of a casino. And they said, he's the guy. And that's why there was a primary against him. And, Chris, I'm sure he's disappointed himself. Because, he sold his soul. And the check is bounced. I mean, this is not who he is. He wasn't a Trump guy. He's done this for ambition. And I fought for what I believe in. I always knew this race was going to be difficult to win. I mean, people told me never run in NY27. But when I ran against Chris Collins, I thought it was the right thing to do. I said, someone has to stand up to this man. And it was miserable. In the very beginning, I mean, no one thought we had a chance. And this time, people said, run for something else. And I said, no, my heart's in NY27. And, I'm not a career politician. I was the supervisor of the town of Grand Island because this man over here recruited me to run for office. And I had a great time being the supervisor. And you covered some of what we did. We fought Tonawanda Coke. We fought for the West River Trail. We did all those projects there I was so proud of. And then when it came time to stand up to Chris Collins, I said, I'm going to do it. And I never thought I'd be running for Congress. I certainly didn't think I'd be running for Congress twice. And I want to make a promise to you right now. If this goes the way we think it's going to go, I am not going to serve for the rest of my life. I am going to serve strong. As long as I have the same passion and commitment I have right now, I'm going to serve with that same passion and commitment. And then I'm going to fight for term limits while I'm there too, because we've had enough career politicians who've used and abused Western New York. We have had the worst leadership here, and that's why we have the worst job market in the country. That's why we have so many people leaving the region. It's time for new voices and new leadership. And when my voice wears out and wears thin, I'm looking forward to the day when we have someone come and replace me with the same passion right now.
Do you believe the president backing your opponent was an advantage to get those potentially moderate voters, or was there a disadvantage with having him back your opponent?
Well, let's understand, I am tens of thousands of votes behind Republican and Democrat in this district. If we truly do pull this off, it'll be one of the biggest upsets in American congressional history. It'll be a massive upset. So to have the President of the United States, the leader of the party, and the Republican Party chairwoman, and other congresspeople saying, vote for the other guy, and the people of this district saying, no, we're going to vote for Nate, I have such gratitude, because they thought for themselves. They didn't listen to somebody else. They thought for themselves. And it was a severe disadvantage for us to have all those people coming out against us. I'm a regular person, and I got a mortgage. I have a family to take care of. And to have the President of the United States attacking me, it was not easy. And I'm not going to go to Washington to serve him or to serve Nancy Pelosi or any other politician. I'm going to serve the people of this region. And I promise you, whether you're a Republican or independent or whatever, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to have town halls. And we are going to be there for you. And I'm going to represent all the people of this region. And we're going to have a real representation for the first time in years.
That's
Well, there's no enthusiasm for Mr. Jacobs. The numbers look very low, especially in Erie County, compared to what we thought they'd be. We thought there'd be a huge surge because of the president pushing and other people pushing. But can you imagine having all that firepower behind you and billions of dollars? Billions of dollars. Do you know how much billions of dollars is? Look at the zeros. Billions of dollars behind this man. And the president of the United States. And he's not looking too good right now. If you look at the numbers, they do not look like there's a surge. The magic is gone. And for him not to have just clobbered me, they should have won this by 30 percentage points. So when you see such a low turnout, you can't help but feel confident, especially with the number of absentee ballots. And that is we're going to send a message here at NY27, not just for NY27, but for the whole country, that regular people can win, that regular people can stand up to corporate greed, that regular people can say, even to the President of the United States himself, listen, you don't own me, you don't own my vote, and you don't control me. I don't like Chris Jacobs. I think I'm going to end it there unless you guys have any last questions. And listen, last thing I'm going to say to y'all, we're going to make sure that every single vote is counted. We're confident, but I've been in this long enough to know people will try to pull anything. And you listen, $1 billion, it can't buy your vote, it can buy a lot of stuff. And we're going to fight that money, and we're going to fight to make sure that every single vote is counted, and we're going to vote. Again, I'm proud of all you out there that helped our campaign and supported us. I'm proud of the people of Western New York. I'm proud to be a Western New Yorker tonight, and I'm confident. Thank you, guys.